Ever since we've started exploring in the 4Runner, we've just been using little handheld radios, and we want something a bit more permanent. So we're gonna go ahead and install this little Midland radio. The first thing we have to do is find a spot to mount it. This thing is so small, I think I'm just gonna use double-sided sticky tape and put it right here like that. Or maybe, yeah, no. We're gonna put it right here like that for now. We'll come back later and actually hide this somewhere because I'd like to conceal it and extend this, but for this trip coming up, since we only have about a day, I'm just gonna stick it right here. Stick it on here, we're just gonna use a little bit of Gorilla Tape. Let's try that instead. This was a bit too roundy. So here's the cable. You get 18 feet of it, which is plenty. And here's the mounting piece. So you have your NMO mount, right? All your GMRS antennas will screw right onto that. Here's the lip mount here. Uses 2 set screws, which should be strong enough for an antenna of that size. It's padded, so it won't scratch your paint. And the real kicker is this piece right here. This has an SMA connector on it. I think it's SMA. Whatever it is, it has that little tiny connector on it. So now basically all you have to do is if you're running this into the inside of the vehicle, you only have to make a hole the size of this cable. You don't have to make a hole this big, which is really nice when you're putting holes in firewalls or putting holes through grommets, not to have to seal up a hole this big to a cable this size. You can just poke this guy through. And it's gonna be easier to route because I don't have this big old knob on the end. Yeah, I think every cable should have that as an option. It doesn't make sense not to. Yeah, all right, so let's try to get it installed and see how it looks. We're going to attempt to get it right on this corner here, just because that's where I want it, but you could put it anywhere on the hood, really. Let us see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. What do you think? It leans back just a little bit. Actually, the antenna is bent slightly. You could unbend it right there, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Now all I have to do is run the wire to the radio. So how do we mount the microphone? I've been thinking about a few places. I don't really like there. Could mount it there, but it gets in the way of the radio. Actually, I kind of like it down here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of these Scosche Magic mounts. I actually have one for my phone up here. They work really, really well. I need to cut in here real quick because after doing this whole install, I made a little mistake and, well, my double-sided tape did not work. Well, that tape did not work. Let me show you what I got real quick here. So the adjustments that I made are that I moved the radio here. This is more of a flat spot on the 4Runner, and so it gave it more, well, it gave more surface area for the tape to stick. 2, I changed tapes. So I'm still using Gorilla Tape, but I went to the clear stuff because this is kind of gummy, and I layered it on there, and that gave it the ability to stick to this. I don't know what it is about the clear gummy stuff over the heavy duty stuff, but this stuff seems to work better. I am not sure why. The other thing that I did is I moved the microphone. Here wasn't working. Kind of the cable got in the way when my wife got in, or the passenger got in, kind of sucked. So moved it to here. And when I did that, I actually just sawed off the back of this and made my own flat plate since I had this already and didn't have time to order a new one. But definitely buy the flat plates and just use double-sided sticky tape to stick it back there. And then what I did is I drilled a little hole and, well, I screwed the magnet to the back of the mic. And even though that little nut or little bolt protrudes a little bit, you probably could find a way to do that if you, well, you could bevel that hole and stick it in there, but you could countersink it, I mean. But actually, if it's perfect just like that, no problems. So there's the radio install. Everything else is the same, just, yeah, those few things. Anyway, so that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And, well, I hope to see you in the next video. And also, we did clean the rig. It looks mighty nice. All right, see you guys later. Thank you.